Guys, so typical day. Usually I get up around 5:30 when my kids are off of school. During school I usually take them to school in the morning, drop them off, and then I head over to the gym. I try to get to the gym at least 5 days a week, minimum 4, but at least 5 if I can. Now that they've been out of school, it's been a lot easier for me to go. So I try to get up early, 5:30, 6, and then head over. I've been doing mainly 5:30, and that's what I'm gonna do now. But first, I stop for coffee, or I make some at home if it's not too loud and I can get away with it. But I'm going to drop off my laptop at work because when I'm at the gym, another habit that I've been doing lately, or that started doing, is doing stuff through dispatch in Claude. So I started working on something for the CRM yesterday night, and I'm going to continue to do it. It's pretty much just setting up all the templates for our customers. So when we book a job, what email they're going to get, what text messages they're going to get. And then I've been building that out with Claude, and I'm getting it sent over to myself. So I've been having to connect some stuff through Twilio with the text messages and setting up the templates, because at first it didn't have our logo. So just working on that. So I'm gonna set up my laptop at work, put it on the Wi-Fi, and then head over to the gym. Alright guys, so this is my first try at trying to piece a video together. So I started with more or less how my morning goes to now. But the topic of this video is something that I see in Facebook groups, especially all the time. There can be Facebook groups that have to do with cleaning, or I'm also in a CRM group with House Call Pro because I used to use it a couple years back. But it's always a topic, it's always employees, right? They're a huge part of your business. You need employees. If you want to scale, you can't do this on your own. You have to grow your team. You have to have a good team that delivers results the way that you want it to deliver results, the quality of the work that's being performed as well, because it's your baby at the end of the day, and everything somehow leads back to you. You're responsible for the good, the bad, the ugly, and you have to make sure that you're hiring accordingly. So if I had to narrow down 5 things that I've learned dealing with people, with employees, is the following. Number 1, I would say never show favoritism or make concessions for anyone. So never bend rules that you've already laid out for the team. Never give anyone a concession to do something that you wouldn't let the worst person on your team do, or never show any favoritism towards anyone on the team. It's just not a good look. It's always going to blow back in your face. I wouldn't recommend it. It's just, I did that in the beginning when I really felt that I needed everyone on the team, that I couldn't afford to let anyone go, or if anyone would get a little upset about their schedule or the client they had to go to, I would try to finagle things and make them happy. But once I stopped doing that, things got so much easier. I stopped having late night conversations with the team, trying to sort out their schedule, trying to please them. And I just, once I made the decision like that was it, then, I've never had to deal with that again. And it's been smooth sailing since. The other one, document everything. So this would be my number 2. And I tell you that if you have W-2 employees, document everything. You never know what you're going to run into. I've had employees tell me to my face when I'm interviewing them how much they need the job and how they haven't found a job in months and they really need money and all sorts of sob stories. And, come to find out, they don't work that way. They try to game the system sometimes. I had an employee one time go file a unemployment claim with me after only working with me for like 2 weeks. I felt at least that she just wanted to get some work history and then file an unemployment claim. I remember I had to jump on a call. I'm in Illinois, so I had to jump on a call with a mediator, I believe, and I had to tell the mediator all the facts that had to do with her time, with her pay, all that stuff. And I had reporting. Luckily, we do use ADP for payroll. We had a CRM. We keep track of everything, all the sick time, PTO, all the stuff that legally we have to do. We make sure that we keep track of it for the same reason. So I actually lost that case. No, I won that case. Sorry, I won that case because sure enough, she didn't make it to the appointment. So I won that case. I got a letter in the mail that I guess she re-disputed it. And then I had to jump on another call with this same employee and the same mediator. And this time around, she actually got her case approved. I don't know how. That same employee later also filed a wage claim against me saying that we owed her money. Again, had it not been for the CRM, the fact that the CRM that we use GPS stamps where they work, I probably would have had to pay something up. I sent everything over. I sent screenshots. I sent reports. I sent the screenshots of the jobs that she physically was at that I could prove. And yeah, that so far I haven't heard back. I think that got dropped, but again, we'll see. So my point is document everything. Third, trust your inkling. When you have an employee that starts off really, really good, then once they get comfortable, they start doing a shittier job, they start calling off, they start complaining, they start asking for changes to their schedule, or start asking you to not be assigned to work with somebody else. Don't don't fall for that and have a conversation with them. Again, document everything. If you have a CRM, I would recommend, if you don't have a CRM, I would recommend you get one. If you do, I hope that there's a place in the employee profile for your employees where you could put notes. And this way, it'll help you mitigate any instances where stuff like this comes up and you don't have any kind of documentation. So, document even conversations that you have because it is important to speak to them about things and be able to revert back to the last conversation that you had if it was something to do with, you know, something like this. Four, do one-on-ones. I think this has been huge. I actually took this from two of my jobs that I've had in the past when I was an employee, and this has been big. Every quarter, I do meet with all of my employees. We go over how they're doing. We go over their efficiency score, their scorecard in our system, their attendance. I let them know where they're at with sick time, PTO, all that stuff. And it gives you a good idea of how they feel. It's important for me that they want to be here, that they're happy with their job, that they're fitting into the culture that I want to have with the team. So I really recommend if you can do them yourself or at least do them once or twice a year and then have a manager or supervisor also do them if you have one. And then the last one is don't act on one employee's word about another. You're going to find so many times that I don't know why it's happened, but a new employee typically will come in and other employees might not like them right off the bat for I don't know what reason. They don't even give them a chance. They just start making assumptions. They start trying to single them out and leave them out and complain about everything. And I've literally had employees come in, do really, really good work. We get really, really good feedback from the clients and positive feedback, good Google reviews specifically about this employee. While I have everyone on the team saying, they don't like them or they don't want to work with them, don't listen to that. In my experience, what's happened is ends up happening is if it is really a trouble employee and that employee is, let's say, not pulling their weight at work or not doing or working with the other employees how they should, maybe they have an attitude, they don't take feedback well, it'll start coming to you in the form of multiple employees telling you this about that employee. That's how typically it's panned out for me, where if it's kind of like a cancer to the team, you'll start getting feedback from everyone on the team. And this kind of goes back to number 4. This is why it's important to have one-on-ones, because you'll find that a lot of times people on the team are going to feel more comfortable telling you something in person versus in a group setting like a team meeting or a group chat. So these are the top 5 things that I've learned dealing with employees. If you have any questions, comment below. But yeah, definitely follow some of these. Take anything from the feedback that I can give. Doing this now 7 years.